Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So today I'm actually off on my way to my friend Justin's house, and I'm actually buying his carbon boot off him. So yeah, I'm getting ready to say goodbye to the wing and just a normal black boot, because it's about to really change the look of the car up. So I just wanted to pull over on my way there and just get some photos for the last time. The car's kind of clean at the moment. So yeah, I just wanted to get some photos and thought I'd intro the video just to show you how it looks. After I fit it up, I'm going to come back here and get some after shots. So yeah, I'm assuming it's going to really change the look of the car up. I know I helped him fit it on his car originally, and as soon as we closed the boot and stepped away, it just completely transformed the car. He's unfortunately selling it to fund some new coilovers for his car. So yeah, I couldn't pass up the chance to grab it off him at a good price. So yeah, I just thought I would show you the last look of the car for now anyway, with the wing on. So I really like the way the car looks, but yeah, why not change it up? I guess I'm still keeping this boot with the wing, so I can always swap it back over if I need, but yeah. Obviously I do have the little OEM Aero wing lip. So yeah, I do really like this look, but we'll see how it looks with the carbon on. Guys, so I just got to Justin's place, and first thing we're going to do is just remove the factory boot. So I'm just going to take off all this carpeting. So I'm just going to use a trim removal tool and get all these clips off and then pull that off. And he's just putting some towels down here, so once we lift this boot we don't scratch the paint. So yeah, I'll let you know what the next step is once we get there. Alright guys, so I've got this carpeting off the underside of the boot. So now the next step is we just have to unplug every wire you see hanging around here, and all the tail lights. This one up here for the center brake light, and we've got these two screws that hold that center brake light in, and then we'll just use some pliers to squeeze these and push them through. All the wiring is going to come out through this plug here, just so we can take the tail lights out. So we'll get onto that now, and we'll show you how that all looks once that's taken out. Alright, so when you want to get these clips out, sort of show you. So obviously this one's the easier one. You can just get the pliers, squeeze it in, put your hand in from the top, and then pull it through. It can be a bit fiddly, like that. But then you also have some which are the opposite. So this part is actually on the inside. So what you need to do is actually get your pliers and come in through the back, and yeah, exactly the same thing, but the reverse. So you need to somehow get your pliers up into here, squeeze the tab, and then push it through the opposite way. So yeah, I just thought I'd point that out to you guys, because that's definitely got us stuck before. Alright, so yeah, this is the hard part, trying to get it to work. Alright guys, so we have everything unplugged. Everything's ready to pull through. Last thing we have is this boot release button here. So it actually has two little tiny screws that hold it in place. And then I'm not sure if you can see back here, but there's a little bracket that sort of holds it in. It's like a U that slides that way. So when we loosen this, we have to be careful, because these little screws in the bracket like to fall down and get lost down in here. So yeah, that's the last bit we have to do, and then we're basically ready to pull all these wires through and take the boot off. Hey guys, so it's actually the next day. I went to edit this video of installing the carbon boot and realised that not only was my GoPro cutting out, it was actually not recording at all. So the last step I showed you was how to loosen this little boot release button here, which is the two screws. And that was basically where we're up to on the old boot. Now obviously here
This is the carbon boot that I've got on now. So I got more clips once we had finished, and then when I edited I realised that I was missing a few steps with the camera not recording. So I'll just quickly run over what I didn't get on film. So obviously after we undid this button, we just had to take out this center brake light, which was a couple of screws and the plug. So that would just lift out then. So then we obviously, as mentioned, we pulled all the wiring through and out of this hole here. So you take this one off and that's where you get all the wiring through. Set all your wiring in the boot out of the way. And then what you have is just these two bolts either side that actually hold the boot on. So those are a 12mm, I believe, maybe 10 or a 12, I think it was a 12mm. So you loosen those. You definitely need two people. That's one thing I'll stress. This is a two-person job. This one's really light, but still, that's why we had these towels under here. So once you take these two out, that's all that's holding it. So you have to have one person take them out and then take the weight on this side, pass the tool across so the other person can take these two bolts out. Then you'll just lift your boot and walk it away. There'll be nothing else on it. So yeah, then after that, obviously we carried the new boot over. We put these bolts back in. We made sure we didn't over tighten them because the last thing we want to do is thread the carbon boot. So over this side we actually needed two washers because we didn't want to go in too tight. This wouldn't go all the way tight and it would sort of stop. So we put a couple of washers there, and that was the only one we needed the washers in. Yep, so then it was just a matter of feeding the wiring back through. So it's got the same sort of plug hole here, this could plug back into. So we fed the wiring all the way. We put the tail lights back in, obviously. These couple of screws, and plugged those back in. Fed the wiring around. This tail light as well. We got this center brake light back in. Now, to fit this one, we actually changed out the hardware and we just put these Allen key bolts instead. And we actually had to slightly Dremel out this hole that it goes into, just make it a little bit larger to fit. We also took the rubber piece off. So normally there's a rubber piece around this one. Just to fit, we had to just take that away. So that's all in and on, plugged in. And for the boot release button, we put the two screws in, but we didn't put the little U bracket that I showed earlier in the video that angles down this way. We didn't need that, but to put that back in, definitely need one person to sort of put it on and press it down from the top while the other person puts the screws in. So that was basically all we had to do. And then, yeah, that's everything you need. Oh, also, sorry, this one here, which is just two 10mm bolts. So the boot release latch. So yeah, that one just gets held in by these two bolts either side, and obviously also plugged in. So yeah, that one's easy. So yeah, just thought the video was basically not going to be very helpful without showing those last few steps of putting the boot on. Now I will cut to the footage of once I got the boot on and realised that my GoPro had been not recording the entire clips that I thought it was. So yeah, I ended up going to my phone and filmed my reaction of closing the boot for the first time. So I'll cut to that now. Alright guys, so I've swapped over to my phone. My GoPro seems to be stuffing up constantly. But so yeah, we've got all this done. So yep, everything's back in. Tail lights plugged, all the wiring is running through. We have the center brake light in there. We have the boot release latch and button. So that's everything in. Give it the close and see how it looks. There you go. And wow, that looks completely different. That is amazing. %, transformed the car. So it's a bit dusty at the moment because it's been sitting in Justin's garage, but
I'll give it a bit of a wipe down this afternoon, but yeah. Doesn't even look like my car anymore. It's going to take some getting used to. And now when I drive, looking at the rearview mirror, I should actually see a lot better without having the wing in the way. So yeah, absolutely stoked with that. Definitely need to get a few more carbon pieces now, I think. But I just can't stop staring at it. So yeah, I think I'll probably end the video there, guys. And yeah, we'll do some more checking to make sure we've definitely got everything in properly before I drive off. But yeah, hopefully you found the video helpful if you were planning on putting a carbon boot in, or if you just wanted to see what a carbon boot looks like on the Phantom black paint, which I'll give you a close-up look of so you can sort of see the difference. So yeah, it's obviously a very different colour, but it really matches well because I have the carbon on the side there that you can see on the side vents, up the front and in the scoop. So it kind of all flows really well now. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please feel free to like, comment and subscribe. And I'll catch you next time.